what are we missing on this screen and this as an EV?
Apple CarPlay.
Yes. And has it been a problem on our
It's been
trip?
a problem. It's been a problem.
We've used the built-in Waze, the built-in Google Maps. It's okay, but it's not great. When you've experienced all the vehicles on the market,
Right.
is it a deal breaker?
Yeah.
Hey Gearheads, and welcome to Garage Talk. I'm Corey.
I'm Holly.
Back there is Tucker.
Yep, that's me.
And he's so tired right now because we have spent all day road tripping this 2025 Chevrolet Equinox EV 2LT front-wheel drive. And in this video, not only will we tell you what it's like for a family of 3, but we'll tell you what it's like on a road trip across the state of Texas. Okay, Holly, we have literally been in this car all day coming back from the hill country.
I feel like me and the seat are one.
And we've both taken turns driving it. We've let the car drive itself. It has been an adventure for sure. See? Yeah.
Okay.
We'll get to that. We will get to that. But I must ask you, what do you think of the exterior styling of this Equinox EV? I had to emphasize the EV because it's a completely different vehicle than the Equinox.
I go back and forth on
Okay.
if I actually like it.
Okay.
I
If you actually like it, that's
I know.
strong opinions.
I know.
Please
Okay,
elaborate.
so I will say that I do like the different color roof and the different color mirrors to kind of break it up and give it some interest appeal. Maybe it's the blue I'm not in love with.
I knew you don't like the blue.
But
But
maybe if it
it's
was
not
like,
very often you see white as the contrasting color. It's
Right.
most often black is the
Yes,
roof color.
that's true. And we have gotten a lot of looks and
Mhm.
questions about the car because it is different than anything else on the road, and that's what I normally like. Maybe I would like it with a different color though.
Yeah,
And then you've got the hidden headlights, which is interesting.
yeah, they're very
You've got
small.
the front. That's an EV front,
Yeah,
grill.
yeah.
It's kind of, covered.
And then the LED light bar across the front.
I
all that.
do love the Equinox on the side.
Yeah.
Blue E, I like that.
Yeah, that blue E is their EV E.
Mm-hmm.
So Silverado EV that we just tested, literally just right before this. The Silverado, the E in
Mhm.
Silverado, the E in Blazer.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. I was thinking when EVs get like more and more on the road, are we going to stop seeing the blue E? And I hope not, because I like
We
it.
shall see. Yeah. Okay. So you like the exterior, you like the look of it, the contrasting roof. Maybe not so much the Riptide blue metallic.
Yeah, maybe it's not maybe it's the blue that throws me off.
Okay. But overall, I mean, very fun, sporty, expressive styling.
Yeah, it's definitely a sporty looking. Is this considered an SUV? It's kind of
Yes.
small.
Yes, it is.
Okay. It's a small SUV.
In my opinion, it's the least Chevy-looking Chevy that you can buy. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, it's up to you, the viewer. But I mean,
As a regular consumer, I don't even know what that means.
yeah, I mean, it just if you were to cover up the badges, would you know that this was a Chevy?
I wouldn't know that it was a Chevy anyway.
Yeah.
You probably could cover up, like, not like a truck,
Right.
but like your Chevy.
Yeah.
What is it? A Cruise? I wouldn't know that was a Chevy.
Okay.
If
What
you
about
covered-
the tail lights on this one? When you're not stepping on the brake, they're all clear frosted white. Do you like
Mhm.
that? Is
I
that
like it.
fun,
Mhm.
especially with the white roof?
Mhm,
Kinda-
Now, we didn't talk about the handles,
Yeah,
which are
they pop out.
they pop out. And I mean, obviously this is not the first car that I've had that had them, but I'm still not sure I like them. I always feel like I'm going to break them off.
Yeah.
It is much easier to stand at the passenger side and open up Tucker's door and my door at the same time.
Mhm.
I like that. And also, just a safety note, it does not unlock. When you walk closer with the key, the handles pop out, but it doesn't unlock until you grab the...
This is the
grab
first
you know.
GM vehicle we've tested that has proximity passive entry. So yes, the door handles present themselves, but as you say, the door is still locked.
Mhm.
You have to grab one of the two front door handles
Mhm.
to actually unlock the vehicle. And the way it's currently set up, If you grab the driver's door handle, it only unlocks the driver's door, which
Mhm.
I know is a safety concern for you.
Mhm.
You don't want it unlocking all of them.
Right.
But if you grab the passenger front door, it unlocks all 4 doors.
Mhm.
First GM product that we've had that you don't have to push a button on the door handle itself.
Yeah.
But since we're talking about getting in the vehicle, now that we are in the vehicle, what are your thoughts?
I've got a lot of thoughts because we've been in the vehicle a lot, so I have a lot of thoughts.
Yeah, 853.3 miles so far that we've put on as a family in this one.
There's a lot of interesting elements in here, design elements with the different colored interior. You've got this blue, which is really nice, paired with the cream, which is really nice.
Now, do you know the color, the name of this?
Marshmallow.
Sky Cool Gray.
Sky Cool Gray.
So
that
Chevy,
was what I was going to say in a second.
Chevy considers that a gray.
Okay.
I consider it not,
gray.
but
it's
whatever.
It's like a cream.
Yeah.
But then as you and Tucker mentioned, you've got this
ombre
side that goes from blue to gray. That's fancy and a little subtle thing. Now, I will say with the whole dash being white and as much time as I've spent in this car, it gets bright in your eyeballs. And combined with the this shiny part down here, we had to cover this up a lot. On our
you put your purse right here.
I put my purse right there to cover it up from shining in my eyeballs in the passenger seat and the driver's seat. But you have the shininess down here combined with the entire white dashboard, and I was like, what is shining in my face over here?
And then, just like the Silverado EV, just like the Blazer EV, just like Tahoe, just like Suburban, just like nearly every brand new Chevrolet, you have the same 11-inch driver information screen behind there and a 17.7-inch freeform display here. Same screens in all the vehicles, except what are we missing on this screen in this as an EV?
Apple CarPlay.
Yes. And has it been a problem on our trip?
It's been a problem.
Yeah. We've used the built-in Waze, the built-in Google Maps. It's okay, but it's not great. When you've experienced all the vehicles on the market, is it a deal breaker?
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
I mean, not if you don't have an Apple product.
But Android Auto is
But as we've talked about, you and I have talked about, I have a couple of friends that are in the home health industry, and they spend a lot of time in their cars, and they would never buy a car that doesn't have Apple CarPlay.
Yeah, I mean, you can tie your Google account to here. You can pre-do everything on
Google Maps is the worst.
on your phone, on your computer, and send it to the vehicle. It's just not great. Like when you are used to Apple Maps.
I would rather use MapQuest before Google Maps.
That's saying something. That's going way back in time. But
I would rather just go out on the road and take my chances following road signs.
On our road trip, I did notice to use Waze, you had to have a really good vehicle cellular connection. Like we were backed in at Cheddar's and we were underneath a tree. The back of the vehicle was under a tree and it would not connect to Waze.
Yeah.
So I had to pull out of the parking spot for it to connect and be able to route our way home. Waze is typically what we use on long trips, but if I were using my phone, that wouldn't have been an issue. And then the Google Maps does work quicker. It's the one that GM prefers you to use on the trip because it's how they collect all your data.
And there it is.
Yeah.
There it is.
It's why they don't allow CarPlay in here, because they want you using the Google Maps.
The Googs.
So that they can track
Big Google.
how your battery usage is going and where you're stopping to charge.
Just your battery usage.
Yeah. They're getting your information for sure. Thoughts on the interior?
More thoughts on the interior?
The ambient lighting is fun.
Crumb catchers?
Oh, okay, yes.
Well, you have these little lips right here. And stop.
I'm not touching it. I'm going...
And little lips right here, and you can see this car. I mean, this car has not been used that much. These are not our crumbs either. But there are obvious crumbs in between
a
here.
little, unfortunate
And
design.
I feel like because the back of y'all can't see this on the camera probably. The back of the dash is also the vents, but it's got like a line design. I feel like that's a dust catcher.
Yeah.
A dust catcher.
But what are
But I do like these.
Yeah.
The
Big
little round
turbine vents.
turbine vents. I like that.
You've got head-up display, very
head-up
large.
display.
Head-up display.
Yeah, and you can put a lot of information on it too, which I like, and it shows you. But I guess you can customize it how you want to. But when we were driving, I'm like, that's almost too much information.
Well, again, we were using Waze, so
we were using Waze. It was giving us directions as well. But
So-
I do like the arrows and stuff like that. I got used to it.
Now that we're not using Waze, more simple design.
Yeah, it's definitely more simple.
Okay.
I still like it.
Okay. Tucker, we're getting pretty close to where we turn off
We
and
got air
talk
conditioned seats.
wobbly head. How's your space back there in the back?
Pretty much spacious.
Pretty much spacious?
Yeah.
You like it?
Yep.
Why don't we pause here, and what do I normally talk about here?
Putting in my child safety seat.
Yep, and then we'll talk storage on the way back. Before we bring in Tucker's Graco Extended Fit Child Safety Seat, the same car seat he's been riding in since he was rear facing, I want to talk a little bit about the door handles and the key. You can see they actually do present themselves when you get close enough with the key, and it is a Chevy's first passive entry. So simply grabbing the backs of the door handles, the front door handles unlocks it. If you open the passenger door handle, it unlocks all of them, but the driver's door only unlocks the driver's door. You can lock it by pressing right there, and now the vehicle is locked up. Again, I can press right there. That unlocks it, but the door handles are still hidden, and then, yes, we can open the door like such. But now that the back door handle is open, we can get into the back and see just how much space Chevrolet has been able to give to rear seat passenger, thanks to the wheelbase being stretched out versus something like a gas-powered Equinox. Climbing in, I've got plenty of legroom behind myself at 5'10". No real complaints back here whatsoever. We get some map pockets, we get a little storage in the door, a little grab handle right there, we get air vents, we get heated outboard seats, we get power, we get a little bit of other storage way down here. Interestingly though, no sunroof in our tester, but that's okay. No recline in these seats. What you see is what you get, and I'd say they're fairly comfortable. Unlike the Blazer EV, we don't get as wide a vehicle in the Equinox EV, but it is still a decent enough seating position here, though I am sitting a little more upright because we have a fold-down armrest right here. Gives you a little firmer seat back. We do get an adjustable headrest here in the center as well. You can see we get some lower latch points that are covered by hard plastic, but they just lift up out of the way. You don't have to find something to do with them when the child seat is being used. I like the different materials, colors, and textures, even here on the back seats and on the doors, just like up front. All of that is very nice. But yeah, really do like these plastic covers for the lower latch points. Now we'll go ahead and bring in this Extendo Fit child safety seat and put it in its rear facing format. And once you know it, we don't have to do a single thing to that front seat because there is just so much room in the Equinox EV. It is a great first EV for young families. Still plenty of room up here at 5'10" with a rear-facing car seat in the back. I like that a lot. We will go ahead now and spin this guy around, set it upright for its forward-facing. We will drop the top tether back there. Now we only get lower latch points on the two outboard seating positions here. So if you are putting a child seat in the middle seat, you are going to have to either borrow from one of these or use the seatbelt method from the seat-mounted seatbelt, but it can be done. You've got plenty of room to get in and around and maneuver in here, so no complaints there. Very easy to snug down. Now, these seats don't slide or move or anything, so to put in the top tether, we are gonna have to come around to the power-operated rear hatch, lift that up, and when it opens, we have almost as much rear space as in the Blazer EV, just arranged a little bit differently. So I really like the space in this. It is a smaller vehicle, but you don't really pay a penalty in space anywhere except for maybe width versus the Blazer EV. Reaching in here, very short, easy reach to tighten down that top tether and get that in there snugly. You can see we are squishing the Evotex seating material just a little bit, so perhaps you're going to cause some long-term damage. I can't really speak to that. We've only had it for a week. It did leave a little bit of an indent when we were removing the child seat. We do have a little additional storage underneath the floor here, where I guess if this were a gas-powered vehicle, the muffler would be. And then you can actually bring this in and drop it down a little bit to have taller items if you need it. A very nice feature all the way around. You can see this part actually ramps up for if the rear seats were folded, it would more appropriately transition from the seat back to the rear cargo area. All of which is very nice. You can option for a rear cargo shade. We don't have it here in this one, but it is a good storage solution. And then we do have a button to quickly close the power operated hatch with the push of a single button. All right, so pretty roomy back there. You were talking about up here, we've got heated and ventilated seats. You've got 2-person memory. They're comfortable seats. Again, we
are comfortable seats.
500 miles on it today, it feels like.
Yeah, and normally my back hurts. I have back problems.
Yeah, not today?
But not today.
All right.
No issues.
So we are turning on the historic brick streets of downtown Tyler, Texas, where we can see just what its ride and handling is like. Tucker, how's your wobbly head? Tucker?
A little wobbly.
All right, here comes the big bump. Holly, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, it's in between,
Yeah.
I would say. Medium ride. It's a little bouncy,
Yeah.
but not.
Yeah. We're getting a little brick reverb here. I noticed, just like right now, you and I and Tucker went to Luckenbach, Texas, and the semi-paved area driving into Luckenbach was not great. You can feel just how heavy this vehicle is. You can hear the way the suspension goes on such a rough pavement. Oh no, it was interesting. Got a little reverb. It sounded like, I don't know. It was not a pleasant experience going on that very rough, semi-paved.
Okay, we can talk about the blinker.
Let's talk about the blinker.
Do you think this is just a us issue?
I don't know. I don't know. It could just be this particular tester. But yes, it is very difficult to put on the left blinker and keep it on. I don't know. It's like it doesn't want to click and stay in
Did somebody
place.
break it before us?
We only had 5,000 miles when this
Here's
was
your
delivered.
warning. If you're test driving it, check the blinker.
Put on your left blinker in multiple situations.
Multiple
See if
situations.
it works. But while you've got the blinker on, while we're stopped here, how has visibility been for you?
These are pretty big.
Yes. And the windshield is so far away. Like,
Yes.
so not only are they big, but the angle.
The angle, and it's for so long. And you do have these little like peek out windows right there, but they don't help.
Yeah.
Not very well.
Yeah. I noticed there was a couple walking that was completely obstructed by this when I was driving. So that's unfortunate. But we do have all the safety sensors. Check the video description down below. I've listed all the safety things that General Motors lists on their vehicle. But for the most part, good visibility. What about back here?
Yeah. This is okay. I've got the regular mirror on, not the camera. But it does have a camera. I want the camera.
Kind of small rear view mirrors.
Small rear view mirrors.
Interesting there.
But we got 2-person memory. Heated and ventilated seats, which are nice.
And GM does that automatic thing where we haven't really had to touch them. Both of ours are set to cool to level 2 right now.
Yeah.
And that has been nice. It takes our dual zone climate control into consideration, and, as well as the 97 degrees that it is outside, and adjusts accordingly. Storage in here. We haven't talked storage in here. I've got 2 drinks in my door here. We've got 2 cup holders.
We got 2 drinks in this one. Yeah, I haven't had a problem with storage. We've got the pass-through, which has been really nice. So we took this on 5-6 hours away, weekend road trip with a kid. Snacks, all the snacks.
Luggage.
All the luggage, toys, activities. And we haven't had any storage issues.
I have 2 dislikes of the design. First and foremost.
Oh, yeah.
What am I talking about?
The Qi wireless charger.
Is in the middle.
It's in the middle.
And it doesn't work. Like, you have to put your phone down just right for it to work. So that's unfortunate. And it takes away all the storage down here because you don't want to put anything metallic.
Right.
Because of the wireless charger. There's no on-off for it. So that's...
I don't like that.
And then I can't see in the center console. That's
You
the
don't
best.
need to. This is my
Well,
stuff.
what if I want to look for something for you, the driver, so you can pay attention?
Oh, that's true.
Like, I don't know. It's
Yeah,
it's
okay.
narrow too, but
I don't think I've opened that thing.
Yeah. well, see,
Yeah.
you've ridden over here most, and
I don't
there's no need for you to open it because you can't see in it, right?
There's no need.
But a decent damped glove box here.
We didn't talk about Super Cruise.
Oh, did you
I
use
used
it? What are your thoughts on Super Cruise?
When it worked, it was great. When it didn't work, it annoyed me, as technology does.
So GM is constantly adding more and more pre-mapped roads to Super Cruise. We were barely on interstates on this trip, and of the 856.6 miles, a large chunk, at least 75% of them, if I was driving, were done hands-free. So that is saying a lot about the amount and types of roads that they've added to the Super Cruise network. You do have to have an active OnStar subscription. I do believe you get 3 years of that when you buy the vehicle, and after that you have to pay either annually or monthly. But it's a nice hands-free feature. But you said when it works, it worked great. What do you...
The roads that I was driving on, of course, it only happens when I...
It happened to me. I pointed it out to you today.
It didn't like... It was a very long road, kind of in the country, and it would go from 2 lanes to 3 lanes to where you had some passing lanes. It did not like it when it went to a passing lane. So every 5 miles or so, maybe less, when a passing lane would, when a passing lane would come up, it did not like it. It would either turn off or veer off, or
it was a little too aggressive in its lane hunting.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I mean, it probably has to be because it's trying to find the lane and get you in it, but it just doesn't make for a very good experience.
It's like it didn't know if it was going to look for the right line or the left line, and it was looking for both. And then also randomly, and I think this is maybe a connection issue more than anything, because again, it's subscription based. Randomly, you'd be cruising along, and then all of a sudden it would flash red and say, "Take control, no road information."
Yeah.
So that's annoying.
That's annoying.
But again, like 75% of the miles I drove were hands-free. It did every once in a while pop up. If you're on a road that is mapped and you come up on a light, it'll turn off before you get to the traffic light. That's just built in.
It just makes me nervous with other people having access to this and not paying attention, which it does make you pay attention, but like, what if you get so used to it, you think it's on and it's not on, and you...
Because
me just stopping and getting out of the car without putting it in park. Like, it's the same thing.
Okay.
It's becoming where you rely too much on the car.
So let's talk about that. Because just like the Blazer EV, just like Silverado EV, you don't have to turn the car on. What do you do to get in and go?
You just get in and press the brake. I don't really know how you get this one to start, to be honest with you.
You have the key on you, you sit in the driver's seat and either press the brake or close the door, and the vehicle will turn on.
Yeah.
And then to turn it off, you put it in park and you get out.
I don't think I like it.
Okay.
I don't like it. I need it.
You can override that with buttons back here.
I need a button. It was like I told you, remember I told you that woman almost hit me when she was backing up one day, and she said that she just got so used to not looking in her rear view mirror
That she didn't see him?
that she didn't see me. She didn't look at the backup camera.
That's a problem.
That's a problem.
Yeah.
And that's what, I mean, this same person who almost hit me because she didn't even look behind her because she's so used to looking forward can get one of these cars with Super Cruise.
Yeah, it's true.
And just be driving around like a crazy person.
Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.
I saw somebody eating cereal one time driving just a regular car. You think people are not going to do that with Super Cruise? Eating their cereal, letting the car drive, and then bam.
And then bam.
Then bam.
Bam. Just
hit
done.
Somebody.
Yeah.
Hit unsuspecting me driving my car the old-fashioned way with my 2 hands.
Crazy, crazy. All right. Economy. Now? Yes?
Sure.
All right.
I mean, I have more thoughts, but let's go on.
This takes electrons, not gas. The EPA says it gets 319 miles of range. We are in the front-wheel drive version, after all. We have not seen that. It has an 85 kilowatt-hour battery. We are averaging right at 3 miles per kilowatt-hour. 3 times 85 is not 319. Future me will do the math and put that on the screen. But they also rate this at 31 kilowatt hours per 100 miles, or 3.22 miles per kilowatt hour. Again, we've seen 3 consistently across the board. So whatever 3 times 85 is, that's what you can expect based on our testing and nearly 1,000 miles of driving on the highway, on city streets and such. But,
See, that person could be driving with Super Cruise.
yeah, they definitely should. Both of those people were in the wrong. Like, what was the Jeep thinking turning out in front? But thoughts on range?
Which, by the way, it gave me a little collision warning up there.
Yeah. And buzzed your seat, I'm sure.
Yeah, and it didn't break my clavicle trying to stop for me.
Mercedes. All right. Thoughts on range in this? You were very adamant when we were talking about bringing this on our road trip to Central Texas and back. You're like, no EVs.
Not happening.
Not happening. And
I want a nice, easy drive, not an adventure.
Was it an adventure?
Here's the thing, is like, that's relative. It was an easy trip, but how much planning did you do beforehand to make sure that we left at the right time, found a restaurant where we could charge up, all of this? You sat for an hour by yourself last night charging up because we drove more than we thought we were going to do. We stayed an extra day. So that threw off the EV plan. So yeah, it was more planning than if you just had a gas car. You wouldn't have had to sit at a charging station for an hour by yourself last night charging up. You could have just gone through the gas and get. So I would say if I was doing that trip by myself, it wouldn't have been an easy trip.
Okay.
Because that's just not something that I want to do right now on every trip. We didn't have any problems finding charging stations, though.
And we even had a surprise Iona station pop up on us. Second one in the state of Texas that's open in operation.
Even just a year ago, we wouldn't have been able to say that. We found plenty of charging stations in that part of Texas.
Most of our charging was on the Tesla Supercharger network, thanks to our Chevrolet provided adapter down here. But game changer, and really did help us on our road trip journey through Central Texas and back. So there's that. Any other thoughts before we talk price? I mean, we mentioned storage, but not your phone shelf.
My little favorite little nook there, my little phone shelf.
Care to guess the price of this Equinox EV?
Are you ready, T-Man?
Yeah, ready.
$45,000.
Ooh, higher.
Okay, go a little bit higher.
47.
Higher.
Ooh. 49. 50.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why don't you go ahead and tell her what it is, T-Man?
50.540.
$50,540.
Okay.
As this one is equipped, 2LT front-wheel drive with pretty good options on it.
Yeah.
It does make it $9,000 less than the last Hyundai Ioniq 5 limited all-wheel drive we tested. So we're missing all-wheel drive. It's a little less powerful. No sunshades in the back window like the Ioniq 5. No panoramic sunroof in this one like the Ioniq 5. But at $50,000, I mean, it's a pretty good bargain.
And how much is the Ioniq?
The Ioniq we tested was $59,000.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's a pretty good bargain at $50,000.
Yeah.
It worked for our road trip across Texas.
Yeah, I mean, some big wins for this one at 50 would be the heated and ventilated seats, obviously the EV, the head-up display. Like these are features
Super Cruise
that we would be interested in at 50.
Yeah.
Right. And not all cars that start at 50 have those features.
No.
So, yeah, it's a pretty good deal, I would say.
Good enough deal for us as a family.
If we were looking for a car, maybe.
But
I like the Ioniq more.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the Apple CarPlay is kind of...
a deal breaker for me.
Yeah, but that Super Cruise.
So it's trade-off.
Yeah, just...
How ingrained in the Apple ecosystem are you? I'm pretty heavily ingrained.
Yeah.
Well, there you have it. If you want to know more from Holly, you can go find her on Facebook and Instagram at Female Consumer. You can go find Tucker's YouTube channel at Tucker's Talk. You can find everything GT Garage Talk at GT Garage Talk, Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok, Threads, YouTube.
You name it.
All at GT Garage Talk, or you can go to gtgaragetalk.com.
.com.
But as for us, in the 2025 Chevy Equinox EV, until next time, gearheads.
Bye.